Hello and welcome to a video review for Cybertron Optimus Prime, or if you're watching Galaxy Force, the Japanese version, Galaxy Convoy. I think I said that right. Anyway, I got him at BobaCon, the last day of 2016, so, yep. One of my final purchases of 2016. Anyway, so here he is in his vehicle mode. Now, supposedly, according to the cartoon and what most reviewers say about this toy, he's supposed to be a fire truck. But, honest to God, do either of these look like a ladder to you? If you recall from my Robots in Disguise Optimus Prime, that was a fire truck. This, on the other hand, it doesn't look like a fire truck. I remember seeing Night/2020's review of this guy years and years ago when I was first getting into Transformers. He called it a Cybertronian battle truck, and I have to agree with him. I mean, that's what this looks like. It looks like a battle truck. Like, again, do these look like a ladder? No. Although, this section right here kind of has ladder detailing, but really, this doesn't look like a ladder. It looks like a freaking battle truck. Like, he's ready for battle. He's gonna freaking blow some brains out of some Decepticons and stuff. Yes, Decepticons. He's a battle truck, but as you can tell by the Autobot symbol, he is a good guy. Well, of course he's a good guy. That's what Optimus Prime is. Need I hint at the patriotic colors? Red, white, blue? Need I say more? No. Anyway. So, yeah. Get a good look. Heavily detailed. He's not a realistic truck, but he's still very heavily detailed. Like, he's got rivets and panel lines. He's got this stuff here. I'm not really into fire trucks. I'm more partial to semi-trucks, diesels, Peterbilts, like he was in the movie trilogy and the original G1 cartoon. A fire truck is kind of meh, but a battle truck like this, oh yeah. Anyway, I like it. He's got this light bar up here, which is a translucent blue. This doesn't light up, unlike the RID version, which does light up. And also, unlike the RID visible head syndrome, as some Transformer fans call it, he's also got visible hands, but hey, it's a battle truck. So, yeah, you get to pass for that. I love this thing. Its colors, red, blue, some white, gray, and silver, and I'm not sure what color that's supposed to be. It kind of looks like a bronze, copper bronze, maybe. He's got wheels. He rolls. And also, coming back to these giant behemoth of guns for a second, we do have slots back here, which holds a Cyberplanet key. Now, the Autobot symbol is supposed to be painted red, but the paint was faded when I bought this. I don't mind, though. I mean, the faded paint, I think Emgo said this when his Power Master Prime had chromeware. It shows that he was loved, he was played with, he saw playtime. Not sure if I said that right, but anyway, His YouTube name is mgo316. If you have a chance to check him out, I totally suggest that you do, because he's a great reviewer. Anyway, so, this one, when you plug the key in, it will drop down these two side missile launchers. Of course, the 3 missile launchers on this gun here, they do all fire. If you push the button, they will fire. 1, 2, 3. Powerful springs too, I might add. Nice and powerful. So, it comes with 3 missiles. Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, stow that away. Reload that. This gun actually has the lights and sounds in it. There's a button on this side, and when you push it, I'm not sure what kind of sound that is. Probably some sort of electrical blast, maybe? I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've been in school and studied up on sounds, but as you may have noticed, this bulb right here lights up red. And it blinks. Anyway, so when you put the key into this one, it'll open this ion blaster up, and this will shine, and when you push the button, you get some sort of power-up sound and an explosion sound. But if you just push it once, you get a single explosion. It's kind of cool. So, yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Now, let's come back to the key for a second. It's translucent blue, and it has the Autobot symbol molded on it. But, Transformer fans, what does that remind you of? For those of you who say that it reminds you of the Matrix of Leadership, I totally agree with you, because with the handle looking detail on the sides, it totally looks like the Matrix. Speaking of the Matrix, you will see one later on. Now, for those of you who watch the Cybertron cartoon from start to finish, you may notice that from time to time, he would turn into some sort of flying truck mode, or as some people call it, a jet mode. Sure. To get him into that, you're going to want to pull the sides out, and then turn them forward so that the wheels are at the very back. Point the gun forward, like that. Second verse, same as the first. Like that. Then you flip these side guns out. And you can, if you want, raise these up a notch like, what was the guy's name? JT Mitchell 87? I think that's what his name was. But yeah, you can do it like that, or you could be like the show and have it angled like that. But he's in his jet mode, he can suddenly fly. He actually did use this form a few times in the show. Yeah, kind of neat, kind of goofy, kind of ridiculous, but it's there if you want to use it. Oh. And I fired the missile. Must have hit the trigger or something. Or maybe I jerked the gun so hard that the spring gave out. I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, so that's him in truck mode. Now, to transform him into a robot, first things first, you want to take the trailer and remove it from the back of the vehicle. So, yeah, it's held on by 2 mushroom pegs, so the connection is pretty strong. These 2 mushroom pegs, the connection is pretty strong. Anyway, so first things first, you want to take... Oh, before I transform him, I want to note that these wheels are on shocks, but the rest of the wheels aren't, so why they decided to put wheels back here, I'm not sure, but hey, it's Hasbro. They can do whatever they want in their budget limits or something. Anyway, to transform him, what you want to do is you want to fold the rear section down, fold these around like that, and peg them onto the back. Separate them. These will be the legs, and you're going to want to slide the lower legs out like that. Then you're going to want to take the side windows and bring them to the front to form Optimus's iconic window chest. Then fold this flap down, which will form his crotch plate. And then you're going to want to take the cab, raise this up a little bit, fold what would be the bumper down, and bring the sides forward. These are the arms. As you can see, we have this giant square peg, and we have this clip for the peg, and they'll peg into the sides like that. And then finally we have this slider joint, and then we pop his head up, and there he is in his basic robot mode. Now let's take a look at his head for a moment. What does that remind you of? To me, it kind of looks like a cross between Star Convoy and Beast Wars Optimus Primal, because we got this wing thing just below his head crest, and then we have the open mouth thing going on. It's a nice combination. It also makes for a good looking Orion Pax head. And of course, if you don't like the mouth, we have this lever at the back of his head, and if you pull the lever out, you will deploy his mouth plate. So, yep. Totally cool. I don't mind the mouth, personally, but I think Optimus looks better with the mouth plate. And of course, considering how the lever works, if you move it just right, it'll look like he's talking. I am Optimus Prime. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. So, yep. Now, come back to this thing for a second. You can pull this gun off of this pod thing, or whatever it is. And he can hold this as a gun, but let's take a look at this for a second. Doesn't that look familiar? Well, for those of you who have also watched the Energon series, you might recall an episode where a gun that looks a lot like this actually came out of Prime's chest. So, yeah, this gun is kind of based off of that design, but, you know, still cool nonetheless. It's also accurate to the one that Optimus used in the Cybertron cartoon, so, yeah, double accuracy, I guess. Anyway, you can open his fingers, and you might notice there's a hole in his hand. Well, we have pegs on the sides of the handle, so just slide his gun in, put the peg in the hole, wrap his fingers around it, and voila! He's ready to go into a fight. And like I said, comes with missiles, and if you push the button on top, it will in fact fire. Oh, and he has one more thing. you can open up his chest, flip that panel down, and if you look inside, you can see the Matrix. Now before before I close it, I want to remove it and show, yes, it is removable, and it's got some nice detail. It's got a jewel painted on one side, the other side's just straight up gray. And also, he can hold it. Just put his thumb through one of the handles and yeah, he can hold it. Light our darkest hour. Yeah. Let's put this thing back in its home where it belongs. Close his chest. That. So yeah, pretty cool. Articulation. His head can go a full 360. It cannot look up or down, but you do have the option of having him with or without a mouth plate. Great, and it decided to go stiff on... There we go. Decided to go stiff on me. How dare you? Anyway, arm, go all the way around. It can only go out that far, and that's mostly because the hinge that this cab piece is connected to gets in the way, but oh well. He can bend at the elbow. He can break his elbow. He can turn at the elbow, and his hands can open and close. His legs go forward. They can go back quite a ways. They can go out, bend at the knee, turn at the knee, and he has little to no foot action going. But yeah. Now in this mode, much like RID Optimus Prime, in his basic robot mode, he's the size of an Ultra, maybe a large Voyager. Here's the Classics Prime. He comes up to just under his, or the middle of his chest, actually. Here is Beast Wars Optimal Optimus. Optimal Optimus is a whole head taller, actually. So, put him back. I don't have Cybertron Megatron, but I do have RID Megatron, who is a whole head shorter than Cybertron Optimus here. But yeah. Now, as for this thing here, you can do a few things with it. Like, I remember a few times on the show, it would open up like this, and it would be like some sort of battle defense platform or something. I'm not sure. Must have had it in crooked or something. Anyway, so yeah, you can do that. This back on where it was, and then you can have him stand behind it and man it, I guess. It looks alright. Not overly impressive, but it looks cool. Cool enough, actually. But of course, he can combine with the components here to form his super mode, which I will get to right now. So, first things first, I want to open the sides up again and remove this blue section right here. We have separate them, and these become leg pods. Kind of cool. basically what you want to do is you want to take these sections behind the calves, you want to pull these down, slide them back, and then peg them like that, bend the robot foot down. Basically we have the mushroom peg here, and we have a clip for the peg. Plug it in, put the foot down, that'll lock it into place. And since these wheels are on springs, he doesn't really stand very well like this, so that's what these pods are for. We have a peg down here, we have this cutout slot there, we have a mushroom peg right here, and a clip right there. And and we also have two pegs here, a couple holes. There we go. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, plug these in, and he's got his Frankenstein feet and boot guns. Yes, boot guns. You can fold them down like that, but I like the look of the boot guns. He's Optimus Prime. He can have boot guns if he wants. Now pan him up. For super mode, you're supposed to fold these side wings out. I don't like to. I like to fold them back. I mean, he looks more Optimus Prime like that, but he had these mega ears in the cartoon, so we're just gonna go with the cartoon. Now, for this thing here, it's a backpack. You can do this one of two ways. Some guys say that the instructions have you do it like that. To tell the truth, I don't really like the look of that. And that's not how it was in the cartoon to begin with. You're actually supposed to turn the wings around. Man. The cartoon had it more like that. Anyway, you open these straps. Now I'm not sure if you can see this, but this part kind of sticks out. And get the arm up and out of the way. There's actually a track right under his arms. So spread the arms out as far as they'll go, and then try to line bar up with the track, slide that in, and then close the straps so it'll stay, and voila! Here he is in his super mode. Super Galaxy Convoy, Optimus Prime, whatever you want to call him. Oh man, is he a behemoth? I mean, just look at him. He's got a big wingspan going on. He's got the mega ears, the mouth plate, and he has 6 guns, including this powered up ion blaster. Probably destroy an entire building with just this alone. But, you know, I still have to agree with Night/2020. Like, even with a super mode like this, he still couldn't beat Megatron. It took him like 52 episodes. Oh man. I can get why people say that those cartoons sucked, because they didn't really make much sense. But, you know, they gotta understand the good guys are always the underdogs and the villains are always super powerful, so the good guys need all the help they can get. I mean, let's face it. If the good guys weren't underdogs, then the story would just be even lamer. So, anyway. So, that is Cybertron Optimus Prime. He's not all that posable in this form because well, you can still move the arms. And the legs, well, I guess you can still pose him, but he's not as posable as his basic robot form because certain things get in the way, and you know, with all the bulk that he has to lug around, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he would be back heavy after a while. It's got lots of molded detailing. It's really nice. Real nice. Real nice. And of course, you can still do that whole matrix bit in this mode. Oh. Yeah. Now, just so you can get an idea of how much taller he is now, here's classics again. Yeah. And here's RAD Megatron again, who is failing to stand, probably because he is now scared that he found an opponent that can definitely beat him without even thinking about it. Oh, and here is RID Optimus Prime, who is actually the exact same size as him. Yeah, they're the exact same size. How about that? Let's bring Optimal Optimus back out here again. And Optimal is half an inch shorter. So, yeah. Now, I like this guy. I like him. I love him. It's totally awesome. Is he the best Optimus Prime out there? No. Is he one of them? Yes. Does the figure look good? I think he does. Is the figure any good? Absolutely. I mean, you got a lot of play value. Probably not as much as RID Prime has, but you can still do quite a number of things with this guy. Oh, actually, he does have the same amount of play value because this guy can actually combine with other characters from the show, like Wing Saber and Leo Breaker. I'm pretty sure there was one more that he could combine with. I can't remember the guy's name, but it'll come to me if that ever happens. But yeah. So this is Cybertron Optimus Prime. Final rating? You know, I'm going to give this guy a 9.5 out of 10. He's not perfect, but he's close to perfect, and he's very cartoon accurate. He's a lot of fun, and even if you're not a big fan of the show, you're still bound to like this figure. If you can find him on the internet for a reasonable price, go ahead and get him. If you find him at a collectible shop like I did, totally worth it. This guy was $50 when I bought him. However, the nice cashiers actually gave me $10 off because I bought Leo Breaker with him. Yes, I also have Leo Breaker. I will do a combination video later on. So yeah, since I bought him and Leo Breaker together. They gave me $10 off this guy, so yeah, it was more like 40, without tax, of course. But hey, I got Cybertron Optimus Prime. I wish I had Megatron to go with him. So yeah, final rating, I give him a 9.5 out of 10. If you find him at a collectible shop or on any toy site, he is totally worth getting if you're into Optimus Primes. He's the best Optimus Prime of the Unicron trilogy. If you had a choice between this guy, the Energon Optimus Prime, and the Armada Optimus Prime, just pass the other two and get this guy. Screw those two. The Armada Prime just catches on fire. The Energon Prime, he's a chunky Megazord ripoff, according to some guys. This guy, though, he's totally the best of the three, so if you had the choice, get this guy. 9.5 out of 10, definitely screams, buy me.